Jackson Schoepp, Erik Ruck. We are back and we are talking the Parks boot.
Parks boot, who could forget?
I mean, really just an overall icon of wakeboarding, water sports. I mean, truly the most known aquatic figure
100%, right?
in the world. You know, the history of the Parks boot, I mean, Paul O'Brien and the gang have been making boots for Parks for 30 years.
Right. They've figured out his tendencies for sure.
And, you know, at one point, the demand of what Parks needed for a boot was much different than today's, you know, what he needs to have fun and be happy on the water. So
Yeah.
this is going to be fun to dive into it. Parks boot,
Yeah,
named after Parks.
of course. I mean, why wouldn't you, right? Like, I mean, basketball has MJ, right? Like,
Exactly.
football's got Tom Brady. We've got Parks Bonifay, and we're so happy to continue this this partnership and talk more about Parks.
For sure, for sure. You know, Parks's boot, a little bit of a lower cut. It's kind of from a lot of boots in the line. It's a boot that comes, you know, at footwear, aquatic footwear, from a little bit of a different perspective.
100%. And that's one of the things is it's much more of a skatey feel, right? Like it's more of that like skateboard vibe where like you're not so restricted above your ankle as you would be in like a stiffer sort of like high cut boot. That lower cut allows you to just get so much different board feel and like we talk about tweakability. So it's very unique in that way where you've got flex side to side, but it's still relatively locked in heel to toe. And you've just got so much more range of motion above your ankle.
You know, that's one thing that Parks's boot has been like from the beginning. It's always been a little lower cut. Like,
Yeah.
It's kind of been pretty tried and true if you look back at all of his
Yeah, for
boots
sure.
throughout the year.
For sure. And what's cool with this design here is like with the recent Parks boot, we have a floating tongue in there. And the idea behind that is like everybody says like, oh, I'd love to if it were a closed toe boot, but it fit multiple sizes, right? Like that's constantly the thing is like, oh, I know there's more benefit to closed toe, but I need it to work with multiple sizes. And so this applies when like maybe you're sharing the board, maybe you're a kid that's like your foot's still growing. And now with like this floating tongue technology, you're able to put your foot in a boot that's still gonna feel super tight when you're on the lower side of that size range, but it has some more range, if you will. So when it's on the upper side, that floating tongue can do its job and still feel locked in.
Very cool, very cool. Let's talk about the liner.
Yeah, so this is our stage 2 foam. So with our stage 2 foam, we're using 2 different densities on the liner foam. So we've still got that like plush, nice and soft foam where you want it, where you want to feel comfort, where you don't want to be taking your boots off at the end of the set and being like, oh, thank God. Like we still want to have that comfort in there, but like in the areas that we need it, the areas that we talked about, like that edge change, that forward, backward, that responsiveness, we've got our higher density foam. And so that's where we use stage 2. We use 2 different stages. We use that higher density where you need the responsiveness, but that softer plush feeling where it wraps around your foot.
And the 2 different densities are through the whole boot or in different areas?
So they're in targeted areas throughout
that's
the
what I
boot.
was wondering. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, so it's not like this half the boot's soft, this half the boot's harder. Like they're in targeted areas for when you're like making wakeboard motions. You want some places to be stiffer and some places to be softer.
Very cool, very cool. Talking about liners, and that's really interesting about the liners. I did not know that they were targeted. I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Let's jump into more materials that this thing's made up of.
Totally. So I think it's got a really unique look for this year. We've kind of livened it up with some off the walls logos, which I think turned out really well. We've got some cool like sleek accent materials on the outside, and like what I love talking about more than anything is just like how well our materials work when it comes to the enclosure system. Right, so like we use the same lace on our low end boots as we do on our high end, and we use the same lace locks, right? So if you're in one of those mid-tier boots, like you know you're still getting the same security, you're not getting any lace slip, like we're building with the good stuff and where it matters.
And you know, just being confident in your gear is a huge part.
Totally.
No matter what price point tier you're at. You know
Totally, right. Like
I think that's a really huge thing is like to have specifics that are throughout everything rather than if you're low end, you know, your lace like
Right.
basically like high functioning parts of the boot are downgraded because
Right.
of it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
We have some non-negotiables, right? Like we
Exactly,
have some
exactly.
non-negotiables of like when you put our boots on, they should still be just as tight at the end of the set as they were in the beginning. And that's like a non-negotiable no matter where it lives in the line.
Yeah, no, that's really important. Let's talk about the chassis.
Yeah, so that chassis is getting a bit of an upgrade for this year, but this will be a mainframe 2.0 low cut boot. So we've optimized our mainframe design to be that mainframe 2.0 design, which has a more rigid connection between the shell of the boot and the base plate, just trying to make it as durable and responsive as possible. So when you're making motions with your feet, those are translated to that base plate, translated to the board as easy as can be. So given that Parks likes a lower cut style, we've got our mainframe 2.0 low cut, and it jives perfect with what he's looking for.
So when you're talking about low cut, we're talking about the actual size of the boot is lower, but then also
Yeah, yes.
explain how the low cut chassis is different than.
Correct. So in our high cut stuff, the injected chassis actually goes like well above your ankle, and there's a section that goes around kind of your Achilles all the way above to your calf. With our low cut series, that's basically shaved off, so it replicates more of like a shoe or a skate shoe. It's not necessarily got that full height skeleton, but there still is the same injected materials surrounding your foot, surrounding your heel. So as you're making different motions on the water, you're able to translate that. But being that Parks likes it a little lower cut, like we're able to do that with the two different skeleton designs that we have.
That's very cool. Very cool. Size range, 5 sizes.
Yep.
6 to 14.
Yeah, again, like we like making a size boot for everybody, and like I touched on before, there's a couple bridge sizes in here, right? So like say your foot's still growing, you want to be able to have a boot for this year and next summer, or maybe you're sharing it with a few buddies. Like we're able to accomplish that with the floating tongue technology, and I think that's so important because like we talk about board feel, the feelings that you can pick up on with a closed toe boot versus an open toe boot are like indescribable, right? Like it's something where once you try it, you'll know.
Oh yeah.
But like the more that we can tell that story, we're like, hey, you can still kind of share this board around with your buddies, or you could have that boat board, or hey, your foot's getting bigger. Like you're still experiencing the benefit the whole time of that closed toe.
Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, that is true. Like when for someone that's like in the world of not knowing if they want a closed toe or an open toe based on, you know, everything you were just saying, it is such a game changer
100%.
to go from an open toe to a closed toe.
100%. I mean, think about the way that you can manipulate the board with just like the end of your toes, right?
Like some of the conversations we've been having, like the most important thing about a boot is the communication
100%
between you and the board. And I think just, you know, a closed toe just increases that communication and feedback, as you put it earlier.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, a game changer when you're riding.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And like, I think most of the people that maybe are on the fence about closed toe or open toe just haven't had the opportunity to try a closed toe. Like that's what I believe, and could be wrong, but I think the more that we get somebody to slip their feet in and give it a try, like you start to pick up on things you never thought were there, right? Like it's super cool.
And I'm talking about, you know, a legacy of a product line.
Oh yeah.
I mean, PB's been making product in the industry for over 30 years.
Insane.
Parks boot and board.
Right.
I mean, he's pretty much the GOAT. You know what I mean?
I would agree with you there.
There's insane new age riders, there's insane old school riders, but no one has truly encompassed what it means to be a pro wakeboarder, a waterman.
Right, a waterman.
I mean,
it's been fun to like evolve that through his product line too, right?
100%.
Like we obviously had some super high-end Parks boots in different stages in his career, right? And now like knowing that he's going out there for more of a cruisy set to slash around, to do some carves, to still hit the wake, like we're able to kind of change what parameters we need based on how he's reinvented himself continuously.
Completely. And I think that this new Parks boot mixed with his new board, which is super exciting.
Yeah, that thing, man, it's gonna be crazy.
It's super exciting. Just looking forward to, 2026 Parks.
Let's do it, for sure.